But of course, people of chat, we are in. Mic check, 1, 2. Too Legit City on the mic. We're continuing to run, boys. Y'all know what it is. So, of course, I want to say we're done. There's a lot of stuff we could do. I don't think we're going to do Tear. We're just going to do Great Monument. And then the Rat Bolt's good. Power's good. Oxygen has been great. Power has been fine. Oh my god. 335,000 blinding light. Because it's right on my beacon ranch. That's hilarious. They're all falling. Falling, 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 falling. And then it's gonna shut off. Because they're all miserable and they just realize that they're sad. Feels bad, yo. We never figured out the disappearance of the sea queens. We still have sand, so the food is still there. We have eggs, so everything's fine. Salt has been good, though we realized that we couldn't really keep the slow goes going for too long. The new octopuses with the pin pocket have been pretty good. And then we messed around with the marine drill. I guess we gotta make some stuff right there. What's going on, Zachy? Who's Willow? Isn't that the character from Don't Starve? That's the character from Don't Starve, right? All right, 2,500. Let's go. And then we need a little bit of zinc. Oh, word. Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen them online. Or know who they do be. But yeah, probably passed to the community seed. Appreciate the heads up, though. Okay, anyone in space? Someone's coming back. Just got back, let's go. We got the magma planet we could do some stuff on. I don't think we need to, though. Oh, Willow Rainey. I've seen that name before. We have the diamond. I'm just out of steel. Okay. I haven't seen them in like a year. It's good to know that they're still doing the Onis though. Hope it's going well for them. Okay, we still got some wires to make, but we're doing that right now. Mop this up. So these have been pretty much just a sulfur source. That's not too bad. 500 kgs per cycle. As long as you feed it diamonds. Keep it submerged. The submerged thing was kind of weird, but now that we have it running, I guess it's just a water requirement. We could tap the polluter brine. I don't think we will. And then I don't think we're going to launch in more rockets. We could charge, which I guess will allow. Yeah, the rockets are pretty good. Everything's pretty good. I would have wanted another module between the battery and the rocket. Some of the heat did eventually get down here. Kind of sucked. We never... Oh, we're able to open the payloads. Let's go. This is gonna cause some damage. All right, my dupes, don't get hit by the radiation. It's only 2,000 rads, 4,000 rads. Hopefully, they're not gonna get wrecked by that. Oh, I never added water here. So while it's cooling down, I never actually added a liquid. Feels bad. We got water anywhere? We could take this water, move it out. Keep the ceramic produced. All right. These little guys are the only things we have left. They could eat the nori. They give you pea mud. The mud goes back into the nori after you spin it. There are no variants. They eat 2 kelpos per cycle. The tower kelp here is 25% per cycle. But then the actual kelp is 12 cycles. 1 kelpo. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. Okay, so the bottom 2 doesn't grow anything, right? It looks like it's growing something, but you could see that the art style of this petal at the bottom is slightly different. It is the only one that's sharp at the edge. And I guess pointed to the left. Everything else is pointed upwards. Slightly different. Should be fine though. Oh, dude. 146. That's not too bad. She got the worst one. Let's move the water to here. There was a little bit of stress because Salima peed her suit. Might have been my fault though. What's going on, Pastel? Welcome in. ND, how are you? I see you over there, CJ. Oh yeah, we could deconstruct the escape pod. Highest cycle count we made it to. I usually quit my runs before we don't ever have a colony collapse. It's almost every time it's just, you know, we done what we had to do. There's nothing else to really do. And we kind of just wrap it up. I think the biggest colony we got was like cycle 1500 on live stream. But yeah, it's one of those games where you could very much just clean everything up. In a sense that you could actually like be done with it. As a result, usually, you know, once we do the run, we finish, we just wrap it up. Okay, so we can make a new bedroom, it's fine. There's oxalite everywhere because this puff prince is just making oxalite. I can't really be mad about that. It's free. We got the oxygen to really sustain. We got to do the headpiece. We are running a lot of power consumption. We're not making the glass anymore. 385. Yeah, we can't power that. I would have to bring out a new wire. This one, probably. Legit, to the right of your airlock to the surface, there's some glass tiles. Oh, ha. You're right. I've never realized that. How long has that been there, dude? I guess it didn't really ever really matter too much. The oxygen is just free. 1,000 per tile right here. Releasing a little bit. Yeah, maybe. We have oxygen to spare though. It's not really a bad deal. I guess when the oxygen is free and you're not having to pump it, it's very easy to just lose track of it because you don't have like a storage anymore. Like, oh man, my O2 storage is just depleting. All right, we got caviar inside. Suits. Clean that up. Hopefully it's not too bad though. I guess we should put the bottle drainer here again. $100 I believe. It's not a lot. Is it 1,000? Water's 1,000. Something like that. Magnitude. There's a magnitude of 10 difference between liquid and gases. Okay. Kelpals. They eat 2 per cycle. If we are lazy and we understand there are 8, we could just wild plant 2, right? Well, I don't know if that really solves anything. 12 cycles. Why does it feel like I need 3 wild planet tower kelps per ore hole? Why does it feel like that? Why does that also feel wrong? Every 12 cycles we get 1. And then the ore hole eats 2 per cycle. We get mud. Now, if we actually grow this, I probably don't want to do this. We probably just want a wild planet, to be honest. So given full size length, it do kind of feel like it's 3 and then we get 24 right? 8 plus 8 plus 8. And then that's 1 ore hole. Yeah, that means my ranch is going to be huge. I feel like it's going to be like the squids. We're going to do a huge area for 1 squid. What's going on, Hunter? Welcome in. What's going on, Sudak? Man, 3 full-size tower kelps. 3 of them. For 1 ore hole if we're wild planning. I mean, if that's what they want, man, we could do it. You're doing the all achievement run, let's go. And you got carnivore locavore already, nice. Just gotta make sure you don't break super sustainable. Gotta make sure, gotta make sure. Food bottleneck, you know what you need, dude? You need these guys. How many are in here? 100 fish. And this is only 5 beacons that's being sustained by 1 Dreckle ranch. This balance is kind of insane. And how much food you get? Oh, dude. Frosty plant pack. You should get easy berry sludge, no? Because you can just grow pike apples with the mega fronds. And then you don't even need food storage. Though, you know, really kind of depends on what you got, right? Just FPP feels bad. Infinite food source loop. It's nice, man. You gotta rip the Pakus. They died so that the beacons could be great. They really do be like that sometimes. Pakus sacrifice themselves so that the beacons could live well. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. I may go sleet wheat, pike domesticated. Yep. Get to feed some phloxes that way. Sleet wheat, it's not bad. I would do Megafron though. It's just so much better. Grows faster. Domesticating it makes a lot more sense. You got to use chlorine on it, which is kind of nice. I didn't use Pakus because they're too easy, no work required. Dude, Pakus are great on max difficulty. They really are. They are great. But yeah, no access is unfortunate. Fleet wheat grain, man. It sounds like you're gonna wild plant those. 72 cycles is such a long time. It really is. Okay, so we're gonna start an ore haul ranch, y'all. Like, that's all we could really do, I think. Do some sweepage. Make sure these items get cleaned up. What's going on, Slayer? Have you played? We're thinking about doing a turtle ranch today. You having problems with the turtles? Keep my base cozy. Minus 30. They gotta give them sweaters, dude. We're thinking about starting a ore haul ranch. You got problems with turtles? You got problems with him. He likes turtles. Noodles. Dig this. Thank you. Nice dig. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Hey, Honest Catnip. Thank you so much. Use the Prime, using it on me. Welcome to the city. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Enjoy the emote as ad free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. I see you over there. Why do I feel like I don't have my notifications on? Guys, did anything pop up? Nothing popped up, right? Something feels off with the OBS. Just bought the game, played for 30 minutes so far. Hope you're enjoying it. This game in the beginning, it's just colony management, you know, like RimWorld. Make sure you feed them, give them rooms. And then tech up. Nothing's gonna come out to kill you. So it's just you versus the planet. So I hope you're having fun with it. Let me know if you have questions. They get mad at me since the food they eat dies right before they eat it. Make sure you have a lot of kelp plants. I had 3 of those, and turtles didn't eat it in some time. Ooh. So I did the math. You need 3 wild, fully grown tower kelps per single ore hole. Smooth hatches, it's not too bad. You just gotta feed them metal. Okay, there's the alert. What in the world? That was the math too, and these still have problems, huh? Five cycles. I need to heat up the area for them. Seems legit. You could just have them live in a vacuum. I'm just saying. I wouldn't really recommend it, but it's a thing. They could just live in a vacuum. You don't have to heat it up. Just pump out all the gas. They don't think it be like it is, man, but it do. Technically, though, that is strats. That is strats. Sometimes the calorie overlap caused them to look for food after the kelpie died. Sometimes they would eat. 4 was kind of the sweet spot. Interesting. So we did exact math for the squids. And it feels like I have more than enough plants. Because I'm starting to get some plants that are growing a little bit more. And the squids are eating 25% per cycle. These plants grow 32 cycles, so it's 3.125%. And if you have 8 of these, it's cumulatively 25% per cycle. The thing with that is that, you know, you kind of have to stagger it, I guess. Or maybe they're okay not eating fully grown. You will need to buy all DLCs for RimWorld. I hate to say it. But you will, sadly. Hey, Mr. Rusty. 3 months, let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Rusty. That's 36 months. Welcome back to the city, dude. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Enjoy the emote as ad free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub badge. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. I see you guys over there. Oh, it's on sale too. Yeah, man. If there's a time to get it, it'd probably be now. But yeah, it's one of those things, man. where it's like, gotta get the DLCs. If it's not now, it's never, man. Buy base game first. If you like the base game, grab biotech, adds more stuff. Other two are just nice to have. That's true. Some of the DLCs aren't completely necessary. Like Royalty didn't really do too much. Ideology was kind of cool for a little while if you want to actually kind of establish a cult. But yeah, I guess a lot of the DLCs aren't really too necessary. I will say though, if you want to capitalize on the sale, it might be a little bit like, man, that sucks. Because you might have to be like, play it, sale's over, and you're like, oh man. Basically, it's like this game. You play it, and then you could add the DLC, which unlocks new stuff to do. You know what I'm saying, Alpha? Like, you know how there was the Demolier thing? So it's like, if you want to experience the Demolier meteor hitting you, you got to get the Dinosaur DLC. So it's kind of like that. You don't really need any of them to play the game. They just make the game have more stuff to do. Yep. I remember when the developer of that game said, no DLCs. 1.0, and I'm done. Royalty, Ideology, and Anomaly didn't add or change too much, just expanded religion. Which is the one where you get the spaceship. Does that one change a lot? And then there's one that gives you kids. We're gonna delete the oxygen before it becomes a problem. Matterlord's so unplayable right now. It feels like it didn't really get any changes. It feels like Matterlord's had a great launch in a sense that it added a lot of stuff. And then it was like nothing happened. Feels bad, man. Matterlords has great potential, but yeah, being solo dev like that and all that stuff is pretty tough. Biotech added kids, mech options. Odyssey with space one just allow free travel in and around space. It was Odyssey good? It's still a small studio though, right? Aren't they like just 5 people on it now? Still a small group. But yeah, not a lot of developers on that game. That game does have great potential though, man. It's one of the games I'm hoping works out. Will I enjoy... So the big thing about RimWorld is that it has great mods. You could very much play just base game, because there are a lot of mods on the Steam Workshop. Some of them might require the DLC. You might have to check that out. But I will say that the mod community is very rich. There's a lot of stuff you could do with the mods in that game. No multiplayer. There is a mod, but it's a player-made mod, and it has the common player-made mod issues. Desyncing, and then it's like you have to kind of re-host the game because you can't join back. If you've done man, You would really have to kind of experience it for me to really kind of be able to describe it. But yeah, the problem is that the game is very much single player. It's designed for single player. There's no multiplayer aspect really. And at the same time, there's a mod if you want to play with another person. I'm not sure how it plays though, the multiplayer. But because it's a player-made mod, it has a lot of issues where it's like, if the host lags or someone lags and they desync, they can't join the game again. You guys have to like quit the session, remake it. And then that might happen every 15 minutes. So it's annoying because it's like, you're not really getting anything done in that amount of time. But yeah, that's the thing with player-made multiplayer mods like that. They just never really have any real, like, they don't work. But yeah, man, for multiplayer, we're hoping that away team solves all the multiplayer problems. We're hoping. Gonna get that away team, man. Something's fishy about this game. Fish DLC, let's go. Yeah, it's like you can't really do too much. You would have to do a lot of extended roleplay. You could only control Meep and no one else. And then even then, it's like you don't really get direct control either. So it's like you're not really even doing too much. But yeah, I don't think they've... Man. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm describing, Goat Champ. I'm describing the multiplayer experience in RimWorld. You get one pond, they do the jobs, but the problem with it is that you actually have the ability to right-click on a pawn and have them do a task. You don't get that in this game. You get no control over the dupe. You can't do that. I've done RimWorld multiplayer. It is a travesty of a mod. It really is. I hate to say it. Because it just keeps breaking all the time. Desync madness. Every 10-15 minutes. Have to rehost the game. A lot of that happening. Has nothing to do with PC. Everything to do with latency. If someone lag spikes, it's over. They're gone from the playthrough. Yeah, the thing with that is that at the end of the day, the priorities, you know what I'm saying? Kind of make them kind of work autonomously, so you're not doing anything except watching them work. That's the thing with that. I guess that's playing the video game to a certain degree. That's what we're doing. Kind of what we're doing right here. All right, so ore holes. We're gonna want to do something with the ore holes. Oh, are we making steel? We might need a little bit of iron. A lot of water, so we should be fine. The reactor. has 200 kgs of enriched. It is doing good. Yeah, force them to do the specific task. That would be the way. Okay, the water level is low enough. It's not too bad. A lot of pea dirt. Hopefully there's no issues with this. Andy coming in with 18 months. Welcome in, Andy. How are you? Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you for tuning in. Yo, sup? What's up, Andy? I see you over there. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, so it's gonna take us a while to realistically grow everything, so we gotta try to make the ranch somewhat soon. We are probably not gonna finish it. And it feels like I need a huge pool in order for them to, like, be ranched. A little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna probably try not to do the polluted water. What are those water gates? Yes. So this is a way for dupes to swim through. 2 tiles is the dupe height. And then it's 2 tiles is how much they could climb up and down. So it allows the dupes travel. That way the gases don't mix, right? Sometimes you gotta have control over the gases. We have a little bit of leaks, it happens. But otherwise, we try to control the gases. Now, the main reason why is because there's a debuff for breathing in polluted oxygen called Yucky Lungs. It increases the amount of oxygen you consume per second. So from 100, we go to 130. That is typically pretty bad. Now, I can't really clean up all the polluted oxygen here. I guess we could. We do. There is the suits. But the thing is that when you're wearing a suit, there is a penalty to your movement speed. 60%. So you move slower. Because of that, I tend to try to not give them the suits. And then there's a new thing that was introduced in the recent DLC. Swimming. The thing with swimming is that when you're wearing a suit, they will walk on the ground faster than they do swimming with the suit on. So they will actually skew their pathfinding in order to walk instead of traveling in a straight line. So if I had a dupe with a suit go to here, they would climb down the ladder, go to this platform, and then jump into the water, swim to here, jump into the water, and then swim to here, jump into the water. The pathfinding is weird, basically. Before they would get to the bottom. You would imagine swimming down in a straight line would be fastest, though. But yeah, the dupe pathfinding was a little bit debated with new swimming pathfinding. As a result, if they're swimming, I want to avoid giving them suits. Another thing is that swimming is just pretty legit, the new DLC. But yeah, this is breathable. So I didn't think I needed to give them oxygen. I'm also doing a weird challenge. Normally, you're going to build the electrolyzer, convert water into oxygen. I went with a no electrolyzer challenge. We're doing plant-based oxygen. We're doing these flue corals, producing oxygen perpetually. We have a nice free setup. If these plants are submerged and there's a light source, and our light source is a beacon that is naturally producing light, and if we just give them enough space and we keep them wild, they will just perpetually have an egg before they die. And when they die, the egg hatches. It works out really nicely. So we're doing a lot of that combination with these fish. These guys eat the lettuce on the ground, and then they fart oxygen. 15 kgs per cycle. So we're doing a lot of natural oxygen. We're able to get the plants here because we have the pit. This guy plants all the trees everywhere it wants to. So since we're doing that, I didn't have a lot of spare oxygen for suits, so I only really used it when I really needed the suits. In this case, since this was breathable, I was like, yeah, this is probably fine to not actually, you know, not actually have suits for it. But I didn't want the oxygen all over the base, because if they're not working inside here, not having the debuff is kind of a plus. We're also doing a weird thing right here. The deodorizers convert polluted oxygen into oxygen. We have a water filter. So there is a liquid layer right here. And the deodorizers are working right now. They're pulling the gas that's in the airflow tile. This allows them to clean this because it's nearby. And then it produces the oxygen that it cleans on the building itself. So it teleports the gas. And since we have a layer of water there, it's a nice little filter gate. So we got that going for us. It's pretty nice. Pathfinding sucks. Dupes find all the wrong ways. Give a point A, point B. Yep. Classic dupe logic, man. Really do be jank sometimes. What was that? You went to the job, high-fived it, and then you left. Dude, what a scam. You didn't build the tiles. Come on. And you build one, not the second one. Dude, my dupes. So inefficient. There we go. All right, we're going to be hollowing out this area. So we're building the tiles to push the gases back in. And then we're going to use this space. Dupes have the best work ethic. Once that bell hits, they're like, hey man, we, you know, off the clock. And they immediately let the people know, hey man, I'm out of here. All right, so we're going to try to make a turtle area. Try being the keyword. Hopefully it's going to be fine. So the turtles, I think we're going to try to put right here. No suits. We're just going to have clean water right here. Okay, so that's going to be the logic. I probably just want to extend the tank out. And then this is at least 8 tiles. So we're going to have to enter from the top. Okay. we know that we're going to wild plant. This is granite, which is pretty sturdy. Actually, I should do that same thing here. Granite. Well, that is granite. Nice. So the hardest value is what we're looking at. Hardness. Very firm. It's going to stop the water pressure because we're going to be making a water tank here, right? Let's move out the stuff. Trek away. I don't want to drown that out. Okay, this area is ready. Okay, so realistically, this is probably, right, gonna be the start of the tank, and we're gonna want to have our tiles here. 9 tiles. So natural tile, and then we have the pit plants. Alright, so we're gonna do a design like this. Another thing we'll probably want to do is move all the water here. Get away for the dupes to build everything. Oh, yeah. Moving those items out now would be kind of nice. Alright, let's go. Try to build as much as we can. Probably ladder here and then here. Okay. Got these pockets. We're gonna make some natural tiles. We'll go with zinc. We're not really sweeping this. This is... Yeah, this is probably fine. Do these 2 tiles. You're not stuck. Let's move that. Let's move these items out. There we go. Moved out the item. This is certified legit, boys. Totally not an exploit. Okay, we could build all this now. Certified legit. Totally real. Alright, so we got a wall here, right? Oh, I can't build everything. Alright, we'll do that one last. We could travel down here. We're gonna build the tiles out here. Granite tile. Start to build more of the ceiling. They look natural to me, yeah, man. What we really did was we built the door, deconstructed it, and we left the debris on the ground from the door. And we designated it so that we will never sweep it. Totally. Game agrees with us. And they're like, we'll just make it into a tile. But we're going to tax you. We're going to take away 50%. I was like, damn, 50%? That's a lot. Rules are rules. That's what they told me. I was like, all right, man, whatever's. Do with insulated door. Doesn't that bury the reed fiber? I don't want to have buried objects. Does that work the way it, you know, we think it do? It buries the reed fiber. Man, that sucks. I don't want to have the buried object there. They don't think be like it is, man, but it do. No plants nearby, right? Just want to make sure. Maybe these. You have to build the U upside down. Strats for that, I guess. Take the nutrient bars. Trail mix, baby. I always use glass forge. Fastest way to do natural tiles. Heat and cooling loop. Yo, man. Can't do that in this underwater stuff. So many of my tiles break from water pressure. I learned my lesson. Never again. By the way, literally first time make plastic with polymer press and it sucks. Dude, man. If they ever do the same type of nerf to Drekos that they did to Pakus, I feel like I would be super sad. Drekos have saved... Dude, we're still using Drekos. Even though we could grow plastic with the tublias. Literally, plant makes plastic. And we said, nah, Drekos, baby. Drekos are where it's at. They really are, though. Drekos are nice. Drekos are nice. Polymer press is tricky to run. It's not bad if you want mineral, natural tiles. If you hate the look of the metal ones, that's fair. That is kind of fair. Alright, let's move out all the loot. For room achievement, do I need a room once to keep it? You gotta... So, you have to have all the rooms at the same time. And then once you get the achievement, you could remove them. So you're talking about... Get a room. Right here. Everything on the list at the same time. Once you get the achievement, you could deconstruct the rooms. I believe all achievements work that way. They basically... Well, I thought that was a natural tile. I almost got baited. That was the back wall. But yeah, it's kind of like when you complete super sustainable and then you start using cold gens. Perfectly fine. But yeah, when you don't have the achievement yet, you gotta keep the rooms. Alright, that's it. Sus working hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we get 4 ore holes in here, technically. That being said, I'm realizing that I won't actually have space for the grooming stations. Right? They're 2 tile thickness, which means I won't be able to put them anywhere. Hey, Linden, coming in with 10 stream streak. Shout out to you. What's going on, Linden? I see you over there. Welcome to the city. Welcome back to the city. Hope you're having a good one, Linden. Combat. Oh yeah, we find the snails. Got the level 1 RPG mob. The classic stuff. Okay, so this is done. We remove this, right? It's to be expected. We now need to remove this setup. I'm starting to think this is not going to be good enough. 8 tiles. Could we just put the... Yeah, so this is max... Wait. That's 10 tiles. Oh, shit. So it's up to here, technically, because I forgot the base. So we have to enter the pool from up top. I'm not too mad about that, if that ends up being what happens. I'm honestly not too mad about that. So we do 10, it's here, and we have 3 tiles gap, which allows us to fit the grooming station and the shearing station. Kind of works. Kind of works. Doing all right. Having to deal with a double heat dome. Lots of hydrating going on. Double heat dome. Is that in this game? Double heat dome. Actually, let's not do that. And then put these back. Start sweeping. And then we will get our ceiling trim. Let's get a bin inside. Gotta hydrate though, man. Stay hydrated, boys. Oh, damn. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too hot over there, man. I think the last time we had a big heat wave, I think it was 2 years ago. It hit 120. It was 140 in Death Valley. It was hot. I was dying. That was like one of the few times where I actually was like, dude, it's so hot. I gotta just go to the tub. Turn on the cold water and just kind of like chill. You know what I'm saying? And the messed up part was I realized that my tub wasn't that clean to kind of sit down in. I had to clean the tub. Classic stuff, man. Tower kelp seeds. It was super hot, man. Projected to be 107. Yo, man, stay cool over there, dude. It's tough. Apparently Europeans are burning alive. Yeah, they make fun of us for the aircon and the karma's coming back. I remember when I first started streaming, I would have British people come in. It's like, you Americans and your air conditioning. Aircon, lol. And I was like, what's wrong with having AC? I thought it was weird. I was like, why are you making fun of the AC that we got? It's nice. AC is nice. I couldn't wrap my head around it, but you know what? They don't think it be like it is, but it do. Really do be like that sometimes. Alright, I'm hoping this doesn't break. I know this won't. This is, oh, this is soft, but it's 1,000 kgs. Spend a few hours playing Satisfactory yesterday to accomplish 0 of my goals. Got good stuff done, just know what I planned. I feel you. We're gonna do a Satisfactory playthrough probably tomorrow. And then we're gonna think about if you guys have any run ideas for the next run that we're gonna want to do for this game, let me know. Give you guys a little bit of time. Hopefully in that time we are able to beat Satisfactory. Do I only have 3 pips? Feel like that sometimes. What up, Shrimp Scappy? Welcome in. Yeah, Europe isn't going great either. Yep, they're having a bad time, man. The heat wave is real. The air just dries out. Plus, we're in a drought. We need any rain we can get. Yep, that's Cali life, man. 100% Cali life. We've been needing rain for like the last 30 years. I think it's so funny seeing them discover ranch and peanut butter. Dude. I saw a video of Europeans coming to America for the World Cup. And they're like, you guys give free refills? And it's like, they don't even have to ask. They're at a diner having coffee. The lady will just come by with a coffee and fill her up. And they're like, oh my God. And then there's another one where the guy's like, I pay for this one time. And I could drink 1,000 cups of Coca-Cola. And they're like, you're not going to drink 1,000 cups. And he's like, you don't know me. Oh man, it's great. They're starting to understand why we Americans are potentially more overweight than our European counterparts. It's bad if you aren't prepared for it. It's true, man. You gotta be prepared for the heat wave stuffs. This is the fastest gone through DLC content. I mean, I'm gonna be real, yeah. It kind of feels like there wasn't really a lot added, while there's a lot of stuff that was added. Most of it was like visual. Back wall tiles, the animations to the liquids. The game feels more complete and pretty. Like this feels like a 1.0 HD assets type of patch, where the game in and of itself didn't really change too much. It was really just kind of like cosmetic overlay. But I'm not gonna lie, man. We're gonna look for a challenge run. Maybe we do this playthrough on max difficulty. Maybe we do... Oh, man, this is still running. Yeah, everything's charged. Oh, we never opened the bottle of water here. Is this gonna boil my water? I hope not. Saw that this morning. Yeah, bottomless salsa and chips. Yep, there's a lot of stuff like that that's like usually on the house. It's like when you go to Olive Garden and they give you free bread, and it's like, we want you to eat the bread. That's why we put extra, you know, I don't know about extra butter, but like, it's like they want you to eat that, so you eat less of the other food. Feels like a more useful plants in general too. Yep, because Oni had before were kind of situation completely used. That's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like everything has a use in a certain scenario, but it feels like when you're not in the scenario, they're completely worthless. I feel like they added a lot of things that kind of made that better. Like the print scepter was really nice, right? We could just print out any critter egg or any plant seed across the DLCs. And a B tiny. This has been a great addition. Some balancing things like with the Poku for lime, kind of sad, but at the same time they're adding a lot of stuff. That makes it so that it's like, we could have built an electrolyzer, get hydrogen power, get free oxygen, but instead we went with the plants and it worked out pretty well. Pretty happy with that. Having different ways to kind of approach the game is better, but they need to be more of a less situational and more flavor. Like, I want to be able to choose to just not have to build a spawn. That way there are multiple ways to include the oxygen. That is the game, right? Oxygen not included. Because it's like, if you have multiple ways of like beating it, yeah, the submerged spawn is probably going to be the most efficient because you get to overproduce, consume the water, convert, and then it's easier to cool down oxygen than it is to cool down water, right? There's a lot of things with that works out really well. And it feels like we're getting more options now, which is better. Yeah, like Alveo Vero needs snow and only cold temp. Yeah, that sucked. Honestly, that sucked. Like, I feel like FPP was a step in the wrong direction. But you know what happened though? After FPP, it went a step in the right direction, I feel like. Well, I don't know. Bionics were kind of a miss. There was a lot of good stuff with it though. Had to do with power. You get a new liquid gunk that's heavier than oil, and you get it for, you know, just having boops. So you print one out cycle 1, you don't have to worry about oil locks anymore. That's really nice. And then Prehistoric Planet Pack, they made renewable algae with the new lum type. I guess it did take a update and you didn't get these right away, but these little guys produce algae. That's tight, dude. Being able to produce algae makes it so that you don't need to be able to make an elaborate design to include oxygen to a certain level. That's really nice. And then now with this new DLC, there's a lot of ways. Free power with the tidal springs, free oxygen with the corals, bloater fish. You have a substitute with water, right? Because then now you get mucin, which you could use to substitute for water in recipes. Like mush bars used to be water and dirt. Now you get mucin. It's so nice. You could substitute mucin for water at the plant pulverizer too. Like, a lot of these are in the step in the right direction to make it so that it's more like play the way you want. Right? The objectives are still the same. The trials are still there. It's more open-ended though, so it allows for a little bit more of like a sandboxy feel kind of gameplay. Instead of you know, guided, hey man, cycle 1, get the CO2 box, get the bathrooms. Cycle 2, get the bedrooms. Cycle 3, you want to build a spawn. You know, what do you think they're going to do for the magma planet? The lost bionic dupe. And you find out that he has a secret Gundam giant robot that he's been working on. And we find out that he is the savior that we need to save the world in the original Oni timeline. And as a result, we have a huge objective to save him, fulfill his needs, and he's going to ask for supercoolant and thermium. And then that's going to be the best way to wrap up Oni. We solve the original storyline problem. And then not only that, away team drops. That'd be great, dude. Like, the original storyline, right, is there was you know, the not the dupes, the humans that made the dupes were having problems politically. Struggle for power, struggle for resource. Things got into the wrong hands, right? You know what I'm saying. And then we basically got ourselves into a bad situation. We thought we solved everything, only realizing we caused more problems. And what ended up happening was that they had to send the dupes through a time-space tear continuum thing, right? Very sci-fi. And the solution was we had to find a new way to kind of solve the problem when all was already lost. And then it's going to be this dude. He's going to come back and save us. And then there's going to be a follow-up DLC in Away Team where we have a parallel storyline. And what ends up happening is we do the Away Team style playthrough, go back in time to the original timeline. And then we gotta play the Away Team style, kind of like save the world. Maybe too dank. Maybe, as the kids say, way too dank. Then do the time warp again, anyone? Hey man. Don't know what they would do. But honestly, I don't even know if they're gonna do a Magma DLC. Come on, Mr. Pip, you got this, buddy. Oh yeah, in this time period, we are going to release... I guess it would be best to do it here. These didn't break. Let's go. I think that does mean we end up doing tiles here. We're gonna move the water to there. All right, Mr. Pip's gonna be working. Maybe this time. I don't want to put it in the corner though. That would kind of make sense. Yeah, I guess it's not a bad deal to kind of just do this completely. And then I guess it makes sense for this to be an open ladder spot. So these two tiles. We're gonna do horizontal door here. And then temporary ladder setup. The Pip's working hard. Hopefully these plants don't get in the way. Hopefully it's far enough. I think it is. We want to keep the Pip somewhat trapped though. And then we'll have to come in through here to free him so we don't drown him in the water. Alright, we should have more water, right? Yeah, 19 tons. 7 tons. There's a lot of water over there. I don't think we have water anywhere else, do we? Toilet water, I probably don't want to take. Clean water from this. And that's really it. I guess we're still doing the mud spinning here. We do have some tiles. Could continuously dig out some more mud on this side. And then we're going to be able to hit the empty button to release all the water. It's probably not going to be enough, to be honest. I'm probably gonna need to find more water somewhere. Realistically, it's probably going to be pumping out this pea water and just sieving it in. Okay. Get prepared for that then. My dupes aren't doing anything. We start setting this up. I guess we go into there. Kind of works. And then ladder, I guess. We will probably just pump from here. And then we need a little bit of power. This is not always running, so this should not be too bad. Mr. Pip's working hard. Oh, dude, immediately plants. Let's go. What a stud. Alright, so we're gonna have to clean up some of this water before we move the turtles inside. Makes sense to start mopping this tile as well. I don't want to have pea water on the ledges. That's going to be a pain. And you know what? Filtering out this pea water makes a lot of sense. It really does. We also get to start moving out the mud for the mud spinning. They're moving out the pea water bottles too, which is really nice. 9 to 9. I don't want to have the Pip too far away so that he's always close to the seeds. Missed the Pip. People of chat, would you ever want to have a soda machine in the house? Like you have a tank of carbonated water. And you have like, I guess the nozzle gun. And then you're just able to just dispense soda. Would you guys actually want that in the house? I know there's some places that rent that out too. What are you gonna use it for? Yo, man. You have poker night. And then you got the soda machine on deck. What am I gonna use that for? You hate soda, that's fair. Nah, Shrimp Scappy not a fan. Yeah, I put lemon in it and drink it. Sugar-free, I use it. So a nozzle with just carbonated water wouldn't be bad. You could start adding carbonation to just anything. Sugar-free is tough, man. I feel like I associate sugar-free products with a weird tasting sweetness. Like there's a weird aftertaste with a lot of the sugar substitute they tend to use. And I feel like that in and of itself, like, kind of puts me off. The pipes would erode quickly. Oh man, they got the tubes. They got the tubes. I'm too big of a beer fan. If I'm gonna have excess calories, I'm gonna have a beer. I should use Shrimp Scampi. That's fair. Hey man, just make it a beer tap then. They've had seltzer bottles since the olden days. Well, no, like, that's not the point. It's having the soda machine, dude. Oh, you don't like the carbonation? No, you can. Mine's worked. I just don't have the power to power this. You broke yours? Did you not pump in water? It needs water. Did you pump in salt water? This guy, yo man. This guy, man, did not know he needed regular water. Feels bad. No worry, shrimp. Don't worry, man. They have a saltwater indoor surfboard pool somewhere in the world. I can't taste either desensitization or age. Could be when I was younger, but I can't taste the weird taste in sugar at me, not in general. The diet, you know the diet products? There's a weird sugary sweetness to it. I use a mix of 1/3 sugar, 2/3 Splenda in my tea because of that, huh? Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like I don't really like the, I don't know, is it alcohol-based sugars? It just tastes weird to me, whether it's like Splenda, whether it's like xylitol, aspartame, whatever that is. There's this just weird something with it. I can't really put my like finger on it. And it tastes off. Feels weird, man. But yeah, because of that, I tend to just not add sugar into anything. Sugar hog gives you digestion issues. That's fair. I believe that that is a thing if you have acid reflux as well. Alcohol-based sugars are potentially a trigger to acid reflux. Stop using sugar in tea, coffee a long time ago. Tastes much better. I started to appreciate the bitterness, which is kind of a weird thing because people associate bitterness with, like, you know, bad taste, for lack of better words. But I've started to really enjoy how, like, a lot of the black tea has a certain bitter flavor to it. Splenda's godsend. I see you over there. Yeah, our artificial sugars have like a lasting aftertaste. It probably doesn't help that I don't like the sweetness. Like the sweet aftertaste kind of sucks. Was never really a fan of like after you eat candy, especially the like things with caramel in it. And it would just stick to the inside of your mouth. And while it's sweet, it eventually gets this weird kind of taste. And I didn't really like that. Alien, welcome in. Turkish, I just never put sugar in tea, and we drink tea all the time. I feel like it makes sugary hot water. Yeah, I agree with that. I have always drank tea as a as-is type of deal. And it's like, you know, I'd be Asian. You go to eat the dim sum place. It's very much no sugar in the tea. And it's not until they did the boba shops that started becoming like more common. But like, yeah, man. I feel like going to eat dim sum at a young age, or trying that, it has kind of shaped my taste preference for that. No sugar in the tea, man. That's how I remember it. Some people can't taste the aftertaste of some artificial sugars, and some are more sensitive. Also varies per sugar substitute. That's fair. It's kind of like how some people taste soap when they eat cilantro. And some people are like, nah, man, it's cilantro. There's no soap taste there. Oh, my man fell. All right, we got to seal this up, boys. What's going on, Salima? Welcome in. As far as I know, Splenda is an edited sugar molecule. I'm not sure how Splenda's made. I do believe it is not considered a alcohol-based sugar. It's something else. I'm not sure how it is. Like, they use a root of a specific plant that doesn't have specific things inside? Or is that stevia? Good stuff, Sunak. I went to dim sum for the first time with a Chinese buddy from college first time 2 years ago. I've been missing out, gentlemen. Dude, one of the things I feel like once you are old enough to kind of travel alone, you need to try cultural food. And that is the biggest eye-opener in the world. Whether it's having dim sum, eating dumplings, getting butter chicken with naan, going to get jollof, eating lumpia, like whatever it is, right? You need to try it, man. Because it's like, how do you describe something to someone that's never had it? How do you describe Coca-Cola to someone that's never had Coca-Cola? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you really can't. Oh, it's sweet. What does it taste like? And you're like, I'm not actually sure. It's like, it's Coke. You know what it is. It's like, nah, never had it. I grew up in the countryside. We had 5 sheep and 3 cows, a couple pigs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they drink water. Kind of a deal. And it's like, if you had to describe to someone like that, it's like, you wouldn't really be able to. It's like, what syrup? You put that in the pancakes. What's pancakes? All we have is bread and steak in the morning. And then, you know, a couple eggs. German food slaps. Almost no one has had it. German food... When I think of German food, I think of bratwurst and schnitzel. Honestly. I don't know anything else. Oh, that reminds me. Dude, I bought store-bought sauerkraut the other day. And it sucks. I was like, what the hell is this? There's no flavor, no nothing. This sauerkraut sucks. I gotta ask, man. Is there good sauerkraut out there, dude? I had the worst sauerkraut, dude. Bought out of the market. Ugh. No, it's natural sugar. Yeah, but it's like, you can't really describe the Coke flavor in terms of like fruits, though, I feel like. Angry sweet water. It's angry because of the bubbles. That's pretty good. By talking to the human with the first day on Earth, though, imagine a child that's grown up in the countryside with very little human interaction. And it's like they come to the city for the first time. Maybe Amish. Probably not. But it's like, imagine to that degree. You know what I'm saying? They've lived the bare minimum. It's like, there's so many things that you really can't really describe until you've really just tried it. I guess that's my point. Like, it's hard to describe flavors and profiles of the different ethnic cultures to people and the different types of cuisine when they've never had it. So it's like, I feel like trying the food is big. Go look up Schweinsachs. Oh, I watched an anime. Schweinisch means pig. I don't know what the last part means. My favorite is the hamburger. Yo, is that real? Or did you just put the dots? tried Costco's. It's okay. I've never had... Maybe I should try to get the Costco sauerkraut. I feel like I'm just going to go back to eating kimchi, dude. It's a good veggie side dish that I can just keep in the fridge. And just have some when I want to. If you drink it fast, it becomes enraged. Someone homeschooled. Kinda, I guess. Pig knuckle? Is that like ham hocks? Good evening. What's going on, Envy Hank? Welcome in. Kimchi relapse. Hey, man. The spice of the kimchi and the flavor with the garlic and all that makes it so much better. It really does. There's no other real way to describe it, man. All right, release the waters. Splash. It's just like the cartoons, boys. With the one drop of water right here. We filling up the pools. We're in, boys. Costco has that too. I know not all Costco have the same stuff. So I don't know if you find. Oh yeah, the Costco, they do the thing where it's kind of regional sometimes. But dude, we are not even close to the amount of water we actually need here. Alright, we can connect this. We're just gonna be filtering water here. I think kimchi is a good idea, especially to help with the gut microbiome. Yeah, kimchi is good. A lot of good stuff in it. When you buy sauerkraut, make sure there's no vinegar in the ingredients. Really? Isn't that all that is, though? Am I wrong? I just can't like Korean kitchen. I don't know. It's... Korean food is very... How do I say this? Decadent. A lot of strong flavor profiles. It's like I was looking up some food recipes. In a lot of like Chinese food, Japanese food, you don't use that much sesame oil to add to the dish. Like you're adding a drizzle. But then Korean food, they put like the full bottle in to marinate. It's very like, how do I say that? It's very different, and I feel like the flavor profiles are more like a punch. It's like, well, pow, you feel it, type of deal. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not for everyone. Yep, a lot of spice, a lot of sugar. It's surprisingly oily too. I think the oiliest food that I've ever had was Korean. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just choose more fatty cuts. But everything I've ever had, out of all the dumplings that I've ever had, the Korean dumplings have been the oiliest. Like, it's just, I was like surprised how much oil I was tasting. I remember I bought frozen dumplings. I bought the Korean ones. I put them in the pan, and then my pan filled with oil. And I was like, dude, this was all inside the dumpling? What's going on here? And then it's like you buy the like other dumplings. It's like you gotta add oil or else it sticks. It's so weird. Now, of course, there's probably healthy variants, right? But for whatever reason, the popular Korean food is very heavy, spicy, sweet, salty, and also very oily too. Probably, you know, Korean barbecue doesn't help out with that. Kimbap's how I eat sushi. It's like a burrito. True. Yeah, it's not even olive oil, which is my favorite kind. I'm not sure what kind of oil it is. It feels like a mixture of like fatty cuts with sesame oil. But that was pretty eye-opening. Though I will say, Korean food is great. I would say it is really good, in my opinion. Though it's like, it's not for everyone. I could see that. But I would say it's something that you should try if you've never had it. Really good stuff. And then I think the first time I had jollof, the sweet spicy rice, was a pretty big experience. I never thought you could have sweet spicy on rice. That was a big thing. That kind of opened up kind of like my imagination for food. Because it's like you never really think about adding sugar to stuff. And then you start thinking about it, like, wait, no. I kind of like barbecue sauce. There's a lot of sugar in that. Kind of like this too. Like, oh yeah, that has sugar too. And then you think about it, it's like, wow, yeah, a lot of food has sugar in it. And it kind of like changes us up pretty big. It's like adding sweet soy sauce to fried rice. Fried rice is just typically not sweet, so it's like kind of weird. And then you start tasting the cloves and cinnamon, and it's like, this kind of works, I guess. But yeah, they do. Strong, impactful food. That's probably the way to kind of describe it. Sugar is the most addictive substance. I believe that, man. I do believe. All right, we are going to add a new sieve here because this is going to be taking a while. No, they built that way too fast. But yeah, people of chat, man. What is your favorite cuisine? I would still have to say it's Louisiana French Creole. I feel like that is the perfect type of variety. Like, you get a little bit of the French food, and then the Seoul Creole food is just so, I don't know how to really describe it. Stick to your ribs good. It's so good, man. Like gumbo, jambalaya, all that's, oh my god. German food, but only if it's authentic. That's fair. I've never probably had German authentic food, to be honest. Oh no. There we go. Alright, we're gonna be able to siphon a little bit of the pea water. And then we're gonna stop cutting this so that this could work. We'll store a little bit of the waters. It would be better if this was a yield. So we're gonna add a bridge here. American cuisine. What's American cuisine? When I think of American cuisine, I'm thinking turkey dinner, Thanksgiving. Slice of turkey breast, gravy on top, side of mashed potatoes, corn, green bean casserole. That is all delicious. Stuffing. I would say it does sound pretty good. Anything barbecue, dude, I'm not gonna lie, barbecue is up there too for me. It feels like across any cuisine, the barbecue from their culture has all been pretty good. Like, I was a fan of like Japanese barbecue was pretty good. Wait, hold up. Y'all see this? I have the zinc debris inside my zinc mesh tile. What is happening here? All of the, including the ones in Louisiana, Damn, that's kind of cheap. I could see how you could say that, though. That is technically American, yeah. Creole food top tier. Soul food too. That's pretty good. I am a fan of the Popeyes. It's not really soul food, kind of is. Fusion cuisines. Is that American? American fusion, I could see. Kind of like Taco Bell. But like, if they have like, I think there is a restaurant called Black and Ease. And it's soul food, Chinese food combo. And it's like, I wouldn't really, I don't know if you call that American, maybe. If you do like if you do a fusion, I feel like it's shared between the two fusions. Especially ones on the East Coast, West Coast. And all the unhealthy food. Dude, man. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I think about it, American food is pretty good. There's a lot of what people call white gravy. Country fried steak is up there for me. I love hash browns. And then you put the sausage white gravy on top. Oh my god, so good. You know what's kind of weird too? I like fried chicken sandwiches, but in the po' boy sense. Like, I'd rather have the individual nuggets of chicken than to have the single patty. Which is why I probably prefer the po' boy. Leftover cuts of chicken deep fried with the breading. Damn it, I'm getting hungry. They don't think be like it is, but it do. Oh, this is filled. It's not bad. As long as we're getting the water out and it's emptying out from the mud. Why are you not putting directly to pool but bottle it? We are. I guess we should. I see a Copenhagen. I like to watch the water drop, fall down, and then explode. Totally. Oh, look at that. Splash. All right, there's no other water source anywhere else, right? This is squid ink. This is polluted brine. We have to filter this twice unless we boil it. Salt water. Salt water. I guess we have fresh water up top. Oh, are we pulling from here still? I think we are. And this is salt water as well. Oh, we're done with the steel. We have it, boys. The headpiece for the aquarium. Let's go. This is our aquarium. This is our park nature reserve. We were putting all the stuff that we get here. Gotta put it on the pedestals. Got a couple critters, they're all wild, chilling. And then we got the wild critters inside here as well, chilling. Got the two nice luxury rooms. Yo, where are you guys getting the coal from? Oh, they ate the meats, maybe. That's fair. Should we just use the toilet water that's from... No, I don't want to have this filled with food poisoning, but it's gonna take way too long to actually, like, do. What do I want to do? 20 tons of steel. Build a great monument. That's just enough. You need 17.5 for the great monument. 17.5 tons. So I'm just saying, man, if you want to, that could be a thing to do. What after? Do the temporal tear. You're probably gonna need steel for that. And then after that, cutscenes, and you beat the game. Finish up the last achievements you gotta do, and then, you know, wrap it up. Really do be like that sometimes. What's DSS? DSS? DSS. That was DSS. Is that a D's nuts joke? Oh, duplicate stat selector. This guy using the mods. I see you over there. I see you over there. Alright, so this is gonna take a while. Is there another way we could fill this up faster? I don't think we can. This is fresh water in here. Do something ridiculous. We could try to take the salt water and replace the water with salt water. And then drain the water into here. Nah, that's too much, right? It's gonna be a lot of filling, unfilling. I probably don't want to do that. Yeah, realistically, it's gonna take a while to fill this up. I guess we're technically waiting for the plants to grow too. But this is gonna take a minute. People of chat, if I were to do a new run, challenge run, what could we do? Taking ideas. We do a max difficulty Aquatic Planet Pack run. You know what? Because Sunak's playing Frosty Planet Pack, and we did have the change for the chilly surroundings debuff. Maybe we go back to FPP and do a Sarah's playthrough. Because it would be a lot easier now that we're not getting move speed penalized in the cold. Yeah, we've done that before. I'm thinking we could do Blasted Sarah's, yeah. Blasted Sarah's. And now we have swimming. Feels legit, man. Do Blasted Sarah's. Just got the gas range up. Let's go. You get the good food. You get to recruit George now. Technically. Technically, that's what that is. You get to recruit George. I don't know what to do for third food. What's probably the easiest? So you get spicy tofu from the printing pod. You can make pepper bread, which I believe is the easiest. And then naturally you could probably do frost burger. Those are normally, surf and turf is also pretty good. But it's like a lot of times you will have the fish and meat, right? So it's like kind of natural you would want to do that. Surf and turf and sushi. Oh, sushi is high quality. Pepper bread, then. A lot of times you could find, if you have a cold biome and a pinch of pepper nut biome, you just pick up the seeds, pick up the grain, and you make it. It's very straightforward like that. There we go. This is not built. There we go. Just needed sand. There we go. So none of the water goes through anymore. We filter it straight up. This point is what? Just doing more sieves, more pumps. Oh, bop a squid and get the nigiri. That does kind of work. Dude. Uni. Oh, this is superb. Uni is not good quality, huh? That sucks. I didn't realize that. This is only +3. That's not good enough. I was gonna say, man, get a pin pokey. Bottom of the map. You good. Apparently that don't work, man. It feels bad. Oh my god. They're pulling the bottles of water from here. We should just let it fill up and then let it drip out. Does uni not rot? Or is it like long shelf life? 4 cycles. Wait, what? How in the world? Dude, it's 4 cycles. Huh. So you're saying that because you get diamonds from the pin pocket and you only feed a refined carbon. That's kind of interesting. It takes industrial ingredients. Yeah, and you get both a really good material and food. That's actually kind of interesting. I've never looked at it that way. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. Guess it really do be like that sometimes, huh? It's time to bop the mud, bop the slime. They don't think it do, but it be like it is. Hey man, you hate to see that kind of thing happen sometimes. What's going on, Zero Dragon? Welcome in. If you guys don't know Zero Dragon, we met on the playground when we were young lads. And we, you know, because we was kids. We did the thing where we was like, I'm first in line. You know, because you show up to school. And then Zero Dragon was like, no, I was first. He goes, you know what? I'm Zero. I'm Zero Dragon. And I was like, what is he talking about? And this was way before the D's Nuts, Dragon D's Nuts joke was like a thing. So, you know, he kept that name for 50 years. He made a Twitch account. And he's still called Zero Dragon. Really do be like that sometimes, man. They're super calorie dense for some reason. Yeah, they are. 7,000 calories. That's what I'm thinking. Like, aren't you getting rotted food? It's pretty nice, though, the uni. I could see them kind of balancing that. All right, we're filling it up faster than the plants could grow. That's a good sign, I guess. Big water tank, though. We added the glass up here. Let's go. How long does it take for one of the rock chunks take to grow? Wait, what? Stormorphous, I hate to break it to you. Rocks don't grow. Question mark, question mark. It's the first time I hooked a rock crusher to a fridge for automation. That's an experience. It really do be like that sometimes. Whatever you don't eat, we're gonna crush into diamonds. Wait, hold up. I'm eating diamonds? Yeah, man. Baller life. Pin pocket. Time all this. 64 wild. This is basically sleet wheat. But then domesticating is not that bad. It's just refined carbon. So if you have wood of any kind, plant husk, coal, peat, a lot of ways to get refined carbon. As a result, man, these are pretty easy to grow. I mean, I guess you do need the 40 to 80 environment. Squids, no. Squids give you abyssalite. And they eat the plastic plants. Tublias. So you know, the ink gives you refined carbon. Oh, I see what you're saying. To do the loop. Nah, I don't know, man. It's only 100 grams. And you need 5 kgs per cycle. So 1 kg, so 200, so 200 is 2 kg. You need 2.5 squids per pin pocket. And then you get majority of that as mucin. What's going on, Kuba? Welcome in. I see you over there. Hello. But yeah, you would get 2 kilograms. Because you would get 200 and you only get 1%. 10%. Wait, am I doing bad math? 200 times 100 grams. 1 kg, 20 kg. Wait, no. 1 squid is 5 days of food. God damn. Dude, I'm gonna get a calculator. Guys, give me 1 sec. Okay. 100, 200. Divide by 1,000. Yeah, it is 20 kgs. Okay. Yeah, 1 squid. 1 squid. That's not bad. Though the problem is that we're not doing anything with the squid ink. We're having the Dupes sip on it right here. Wow, the water cooler is even has the color of the squid ink right there. Squid ink. I think it gives you a buff. Radiation absorption properties. So I believe that means they get a buff from drinking that. Y'all gonna drink? There it is. Heat resistant. Extra hydrated. Squid ink. Rad resist minus stress plus morale. Rad resist diet. Aquatic diet. That counts. Let's go, boys. 40 plus Celsius. Squids, though, need to be 50 plus, and then the tublias need to be 50 plus. So it's all in Celsius, right? It's an easy way of heating it up with the tepanizer now. But yeah, 40, 50. Got the 40C right there. I might want to get a second pump. Now that I'm looking at this. We might fill it up before we need it, though. We're just going to be out of mud soon. Can't have a hot pool instant turn in. That's true. $80 Celsius, though. You probably could. Because the squids live hot enough. So you could probably have the squid ranch to make the squid ink immediately evaporate. And then have the separate kind of pool for the pin pockets. Because the squids are able to do it, I think. I don't know how it would work, though. Would you just empty it out after milking? That's the thing, though. Does that break the pipes? Feels bad, man. Realistically, though, you're probably going to want to put a separate room for that. Run it through a tepanizer room. Or, well, drip it in one. Mamba's awake. The little babies. Get the glass. Oh, this is done. I guess we don't need to keep this running. Does Mucin have a burn point? It does. 90. And then you get slime and polluted water. It used to break the milking machine before they fixed it in the beta. Oh, I would imagine it still would. It kind of fits the rules that it should break. Does it not break anymore? That's kind of nice if it doesn't. I would imagine that it would, though. Or at least it sounds like it should. Huh, it's actually kind of nice. Polluted oxygen. I guess, yeah. Technically. Could be a thing. Alright, y'all. I'm going to get some water. Refill my tea real fast. I'll be right back. Quick break, quick break. We is back, boys. You know what I found out? The goddamn mosquitoes are back. I woke up today with 6 bites on my legs. I don't know about you guys. I do the thing where, you know, you got the bed right here, headboard, and then I have my blanket. So my pillow's here, right? I have my blanket, little gap. I have my arm on top, and then I have my legs sticking out because it's hot, man. So my legs got bit by mosquitoes. God damn it, dude. It is a horrible time. These mosquitoes, dude, they're back. It's summer. It's warm and hot. I heard that from another room, and you have to confirm. But I heard you were bitten by something. Yeah, by mosquitoes. I saw it. I smacked one earlier today. And I did the... Dude, what movie is that? There's a movie where it's like there's a mosquito or a bug, fly, and the dude grabs it with his hand from the sky. Was that Karate Kid? Was that Karate Kid? Was that actually Karate Kid? I did that, dude. The mosquito was moving really slow though, for whatever reason. Is that the Ring? Oh shit. I've never seen The Ring. I've never seen that movie. Karate Kid was using the chopstick. That's precision right there, man. I used my hand. I grabbed it, crushed it, and I had blood on my hands. And I was like, oh, dude, that's my blood. Because I was like, dude, this is probably the dude that bit me. Feels bad, man. That also probably means Mamba's getting bit. He's probably mad about that. But yeah, man. Goddamn mosquitoes are back. That's how you know it's really summertime. I saw in the news that apparently El Nino is about to hit us. I am low-key kind of worried. Hopefully it's not too bad. It is going to be July soon. But yeah, one of the things that is kind of sketchy about that is man, I don't know how hot it's going to get. Or if it's going to be rainy. I don't know what it means when it's El Nino's coming. Is that the warm storm? Or is that the hot weather? Or maybe it's both. Alright, dripping out the waters. So, I'm thinking today is going to be the last playthrough for this colony. We've pretty much accomplished everything that we wanted. So, of course, if you guys have questions about anything in the colony, let me know. Otherwise, I think we're going to start our satisfactory playthrough tomorrow. Yes, we're going to start over. Can you give your save? I don't have a way of putting the file anywhere. I tried to put it on Discord before, but the file size is too big for Discord to handle. Yeah, it can't do it. It's too big file size. So it's like I don't have like a file sharing media thing. Yeah, big Sag. I know that because you were not the first one to ask. And I was like, yeah, I have nowhere to like really kind of just have it. Feels bad, man. But yeah, we are going to be starting the new satisfactory playthrough tomorrow. And then after we beat that game, and I'm hoping to beat it, we're going to be back to Oni, and we're going to be doing some sort of run. I'm thinking we might do Blasted Sarahs. That sounds like a good idea. Blasted Sarahs sounds like a great idea. And I'm thinking that Oh yeah, this is water right there. We're gonna pump that up. I might want to do something else on top. Not that doing blasted Sarahs is too easy. I don't have a Patreon, actually. Not that blasted Sarahs is too easy or anything like that. It's more so that it's like, you know, we've played this game a lot. Having some side objectives would be kind of nice. I should probably make a Patreon. So it's like we do Blasted Sarahs. We got all the DLCs enabled. And then we could do like a weird playthrough. Maybe now that pathfinding is better, we could do something with that, because I'm not feeling any of the lag right now. We have fish everywhere. I mean, all the seahorses. Oh, that's starting to come back, boys. We've kept as many of the critters as we could. We have a pathing across the entire map. We're letting the squids swim down here. I guess we could still dig some tiles here. Yeah, we'll leave that be. The bees are able to fly around. We don't really need the uranium. We're gonna let them chill. These guys are here because I want the beacon light. We should really wrangle relocate the turtles to this side. Same with the Paku. Probably do want to keep the beacons there, though. Give them a little bit more free space. Maybe we don't need all the beacons here. What do I do with the bees? So the bees... there is a button down here called Enable Auto Harvest. And you want to turn that on. If you scroll down to the beehive, you should see some content. In my case, it's enriched uranium. And it should be same with yours. They are a source of enriched uranium. So you get normal uranium ore, right? The thing is that you have to refine it. So you have to get the centrifuge right here. This building. Problem is that the return on this sucks. Having the bees do it, they're better at the job. So a lot of times you want to let the bees mine the uranium. They get to make the enriched, and then you could use the enriched on any real rad bolt setup if you need it. So the big one is probably going to be the research reactor. This specifically asks for the enriched uranium. You get the big rads, you get the power, you get the radiation buildup. You also get nuclear waste. 130,000. That's pretty solid. And then in my case, I'm using that as a power source. What do you do with that? So the nuclear waste here is another radiation source. So once we run out, this is going to be, you see that 37,000, but next to the reactor is only 9. We're getting a lot more accumulated radiation here. Why is steam turbine not 100? I think it's because of the nuclear waste. We let this cool down, and then we pump it up too. And as a result, yeah, this nuclear waste is at 150, which is basically the temperature of the steam. I probably shouldn't have connected the nuclear waste to the steam exhausts. But yeah, there's no connection up here, so this is at 200. It's kind of weird efficiency. Yeah, this is infinite storage. So the liquid gets pumped up to here. We have a liquid tile of naphtha. And then it goes down. That's not the issue. I also have a block here that makes all the steam immediately heat up. So the steam never actually hits the nuclear waste. The water, I mean. It immediately makes contact and evaporates. So it's probably not able to heat up the nuclear waste, though we do get the waste every now and then getting dumped out as well. How does that work? So basically, this is a infinite pressure design. There are many designs like this. The one we choose is basically based off of the liquid density and the temperature range that we have. So this one is based off of the fact that if you click on the liquid vent, it overpressures at 1,000 kilograms. Another thing is that when the liquid gets outputted, it's invisible. So in this game, there is a difference between ambient and non-ambient liquid drops. So if I bring up liquid overlay, you see that the bottle emptier and the liquid vent, there is no liquid here. Right? Let me bump these up and get some sand here. Oh, we're out of sand. No way. No way, dude. We do be the out of sand. Crush the ceramic. All the clams are gonna die. The salt vines are dying. Oh no, bro. Alright, we gotta crush salt too then, I guess. Table salt's back on the menu. 99. Yeah, we have no way of generating sand outside of crushing the stuff, huh? Oh, we have water here. I didn't think about this. Alright, so we gotta make some sand. Yeah, man, sand is a problem on the Aquatic Planet Pack. It's so funny. Because you would imagine that since it's beach, you have a lot of sand. And you go through that so fast. Same with salt. It's kind of interesting. It's like if you use the resources at the beach, those resources would be long gone. Alright, and then the other thing I wanted to show is, look at this. When the tile of the falling drop hits an actual tile, it doesn't matter what it is, it becomes a water drop that's active. There's a difference. So basically in the free fall motion, the water doesn't have any interaction until it hits something. In my case, I'm dropping on top of a mesh tile here, which causes it to become a water droplet. There's a weird issue that since it's free fall immediately, it just free falls through the mesh. But because this is still considered a tile, there's a tile contact that's causing it to become an actual liquid. So since it's like that, it doesn't actually spawn on this tile, which means that the liquid falls down until it hits the airflow. That allows us to keep the liquid from not moving and then have it basically kind of teleport into the storage location. Of course, you know airflow doesn't break, so the pressure doesn't matter. But that's what's happening with that. There are a lot of different ways to infinitely pressure, but you're basically tricking the vent and using the vent properties to your advantage. I mean, you could just ship yourself sand. No, we have to make sand. So we're basically making ceramic because we have a lot of clay. And then we're crushing said ceramic so that we can get the minerals back. I guess we could start crushing basalt. Do we use that for anything? You feed hatches. Okay. Probably do that as well. Not really too mad about that. Only one element can occupy each tile in the game. If that's taken, other elements be held displaced. Yep. That's another good point. Single tile. I mean, you probably know this. Single gas tiles prevent the liquid pressure from pushing up, despite it being at 350,000. Pit branch for sand. Is there a critter? Plant that gives you sand outright? No, right? Should he get suits? I got the suits when I went into the bees. Not that I know of, because technically salt vines, you crush the salt and you get sand back. The problem is that it takes sand to fertilize. Heat up the dirt to get sand. That means we would have to cool down the sand as well. Let's look up sand. We could crush stuff. We could heat it up. Corallium at 125. This does not exist. Amber. Amber. Oh, dude, we could just make lure plants. Feed them mosquitoes. Dude. And then we could crush the fossil for even more sand. Hey man, my reactor doesn't get to 325. We have the crabs already. They're doing as much as they could. How many steam turbines every Ceres water thing you wanted? 10? Ceres water thingy. That's dependent. It's not fixed, it's variable. Should I make lead suits? I never made lead suits. You can. I just don't think it's necessary. There's not enough radiation on the map unless you're literally hanging out by the reactor. In which case, that's a dangerous environment. It's like having your meal hall on top of the magma. If someone drops the food inside, it might be a bad time. Dude, Amber might be the play. It's kind of crazy. I actually think a radioactive start biome could be fun. I feel like it could be too. It wouldn't be bad. Dude, it might literally be doing Amber. Because the only thing you got to do with that is do the lure plant. The lure plant only needs a critter to eat that's flying. And the temperature range is perfect, 10 to 55. And then all you would do is get the mosquitoes. Oh, I can't believe we're actually gonna get mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. Oh, I hate mosquitoes. The bees is too much work. Because of the temperature difference. Yeah. These would be perfect. Amber for Sand sounds like the play, though. It's the most renewable because it's free. Wait, so I've never actually... Oh, man. Can you actually ranch the mosquitoes? Yeah, we have dirt. I'm trying to avoid that, though. We could do the mimicas, 100%. I have a suit location here. This goes down into my beehive. And then I have a vacuum lock right here to prevent the heat transfer. I have another suit area here that goes to the bottom of the map. I have a suit for my ranching area just because it's hot water. My dupes are going to get burned, right? Another suit into another airlock spot. Another suit to my Dreco Ranch. Suit to my Mealwood area. Because I wanted this to be clean oxygen inside. Another suit here into my transformer area. Same reasoning. I wanted clean oxygen. And then a lot of my infinite pressure rooms are here. We don't actually have a suit. And then a suit to leave. Suit to here because I want this to be clean as well. Tower of Power. There is 4.5 million joules of stored power inside these batteries. 45 batteries. And that's because we got this constantly running, so we got to use it, man. Base is much more organized, yeah. But you can see that we're not using suits for the majority of the map. Hey, man. This is what happens when you kind of OCD. You're like, I gotta have it this way. I gotta make sure this kind of works. Though there's a lot of empty rooms, though. Really good at the game. Hey, man. I thought everyone knows how to 7 pool. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. It's one of those things, man. I thought everyone knows how to 7 pool. Everyone's base looks different. It's true. Did you ever listen to the Day 9 100? What is that? I try to do it without infinite storage. Oh, you know what we should do? Blasted Sarah's no infinite storage. No submerged spawn. Maybe. We could probably try to do something like that. Blasted Sarah's no infinite storage. Can you overclock the new power thingy? Does 300 right? I don't think you can. You cannot NG tune everything. I believe you cannot NG tune. Dude, what's that building called? Power control station. There's an actual list. Oh, you can. It's on there. That's cool. So you could. So the thing you would need to do is basically put walls around these so they're in proper rooms. So they're not getting tuned up now because they're not in a power plant. So you basically would need to try to get these into a room. The easiest way is probably just running like an isolated setup, put walls here, and then put another generator on top that's not the title. It doesn't have to be running. Though if you could get 2 springs in the same room, that's probably best. Because I think you could disable the 2nd gen so they don't tune it up, right? I might be wrong. Why do people use rocket battery and not the normal one? You see this? I'm in a vacuum. First thing is there's no heat generation. So I don't have to worry about keeping this cool, putting this inside a dirty brick or anything like that. Second thing is, for the spacing, the footprint of the building is 6 tiles. Right here, right? A normal jumbo battery is 4 tiles. Right? But guess what? This only holds 40,000. This is 100,000. So for 2 more tiles, which is the size of a small battery, we get 2.5 times the amount of capacity. It's just the most efficient building. So it's like, would you want to build rows of jumbo batteries? Right? That each individual battery is going to have power leak. Right? 2 kilojoules a cycle. Now, these still have power leak. They do. This is 400 joules per cycle. This is 2 kilojoules. Dude, this is insane. This has less power leak despite being a lot bigger and storing more power. That's kind of insane. You see that? It leaks less power, stores more power, and they stack up vertically. That's nice. And then they don't generate heat. We have them in a vacuum. They're not heating up. This is built 300 cycles ago. It's not heated up once. So it's just better. More space, less cable. Yeah, another thing too. When you stack the batteries up top, they're technically connected. You don't need to build wires. That's another good point. So I'm gonna have a wire out, but they're all connected. We have these connections here because they're technically 2 separate rockets, but it's just better in general. He talked about his life with growing up with StarCraft. He won WCS in college, wanted to create a competing worlds, talked about all that stuff. He really appreciated you to StarCraft 1 fan. Oh, that's awesome. You know what I thought was interesting? There was a rant Artosis had. I mean, it's Artosis is what he does. And he was talking about how, don't get me wrong when I say that so-and-so is a good ladder player. And what he was talking about was, yeah, he's #1 in ladder, but ladder doesn't mean that you're going to be actually good at the game. And basically what he was alluding to was the fact that ladder players are very different in how they approach the game. I thought that was pretty interesting. It was like, if you play ladder, you're playing to win one game, and you're not playing to actually be better at the game. And I was like, oh, so that's why someone like Mini is really good at getting round of 16, but not past that. Because it's like he has every cheese strat in the book. He knows how to counter the cheese strat in the book. And it's because he's plays against it all the time on ladder. And it's like, reality is, though, it's that the better players don't play ladder because it becomes a thing of gimmicks. And I'm not going to lie. It wasn't for StarCraft, but that opened up my eyes so much. Like, when you're doing quick play, when you're playing League, when you're playing Overwatch, quick match. That's how it is. They're not better than you. They're just hitting you with something you're unfamiliar with. And it's like not a testament to how skilled you are. To a certain degree, you gotta have a foundation level of skill that's like at least this good. But it's like, it's not a thing of a test of how good you are at the game. It's crazy, man. We did this game, El Kodo. I did. Trip Scappy, post that video though on Discord. We'll watch it later. Hell yeah, NG2 turbines? Yeah, man. Very good for boops. Too far, just stick a hydrogen gen, shoot it anyways. I see you. This guy got microchips to spare. You know, we got a microchip shortage. And that's why all the GPUs are expensive, man. Hook us up. I played in college competitively. I tried to play StarCraft 2. Like, try to get good at it when it came out. And I just kind of gave up. Is the VOD missing? Oh, did it's not posted? Oh, yeah, I don't have auto-publish. When we're doing crosswords, some of the music gets my video not auto-published. Yeah, I just published it right now. You should be able to see it in like 10 seconds. Artos's rage videos are so good. Dude, the best one was when they did the Rip the guy. I don't know his real name, but it's in Spanish, right? The laughing face Kek W meme. When they dubbed over that video with the subtitles, that was the best. That was the best video, man. NDCJ, have you seen that? I know Shrimp Scampy knows what I'm talking about. Dude, that video is like the best video for people that watch Artos's casts. Because it encapsulates the entire feeling of the game. Like, Artosis always complains about how Protoss just need a shuttle, and basically adding the Reaver inside makes it basically a Mutalisk. Comes by, drops a Reaver behind the minerals, right? And it's like how he complains about all the advantages certain races have. And it was like such a great, like the script for that was so good. Oh my god, great video. True, random players in ladder means random strategies, but if you have a strategy weak point, you lose to a best 2 out of 3 because the opponent knows you. Also in ladder, some people check opponent games on game opening. Oh, I see you, Tanit. I see you over there. I see you over there. There's a lot of scouting going on, I guess. That's probably why a lot of people do in StarCraft, it's very common to do the barcode name tags. You know what I'm talking about? You ever go on a video game and you see a guy's name is like this? And it's a bunch of I's and L's, lowercase capitalized. So you can't look them up. You can't look them up. You can't look them up, man. Even if you wanted to. You can't be scouting his games. They know what it is, man. Mods do it auto now? Wait. Mods do it auto? Mods do it auto. Mamba, what's wrong, baby? Well, I know. Mamba, you're fine, babies. Mamba loves pudding. I gave Mamba pudding, and he loves it. Mods in SC2, I don't think I wear SC2. Yeah, SC1 is very... It's weird. It's archaic, but in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if there's a real life example of that. Like, it has... Some features aren't there, and that makes it better. Does that even make sense? Like, how do I, like... put that in a real life example. You know what I'm saying, man? You don't have certain features, but that helps the game be better. That's a lot of kelp for water, dude. These grow 10 tiles tall, dude. These grow 10 tiles tall, dude. We're not even close to what we need. You gonna make sushi of that? No, we're gonna be farming the turtles. Since these are wild planted, 3 of these is 1 turtle. And then we have 12 plants. And guess what? We have 4 turtles. I like turtles. "12 units selection, constantly fighting the path thing. The game actively disobeys you. You gotta deal with it." That's, I'm not gonna lie, a gatekeeper. For lack of a better word, that's what that is, right? It's gatekeeping. If you can't do this well, you don't deserve to play the game, is basically what it's telling you. It's gatekeeping, man. 100%. Now, we're gonna make sushi of that? No, we have a separate farm. We get nori from this. We have... Oh, nori doesn't show up here. We have 9 tons of nori, so we have a good amount. We've been using this for the sushi wrap. And we're doing the sushi as much as we can. We don't have enough meal lice to kind of scale it up. But I'm not too worried about it. We have a lot of food. If we really wanted, I guess we could. But despite all of that, the greatest players in the world are still going to make it look like ST2 Pathing. You would have zero clue because they are just that good. One of the things that I feel like is something if you want to be an aspiring StarCraft player. One of the things I feel like you need to see is watching a pro play first person. Because, like, it's one of those things where I feel like if you don't know what greatness looks like, there is a chance you'll never be great because you don't know what to develop. Like, you don't know why a comedian is funny. You don't know why, you know, why an athlete's able to be better at certain things. And it's because they're working on their craft, but the craft that they're working on is like in certain aspects of the overarching kind of sport. Like, one of the things that I think opened my eyes to was when Artosis was talking about how the difference of micro strength between certain players. He was talking about like Bisu is really good at box dragging. He would like grab exactly amount of units and move them around. And he doesn't use command keys for a lot of his stuff. Like, it's basically like he will grab units, move them, and then take small armies and spread that out. And that's what he was really good at. Instead of like hotkeying all his army into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then moving them. And then checking on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Apparently, like, that's something that he's really good at that makes him really like well-rounded for a lot of his battles. No, we ended up using rad bolt rockets because we have a lot of rads, right? The hydrogen is just kind of sitting there. We ended up not doing anything with the hydrogen. Same thing with natty gas. We got the natty gas from this. But it ends up, you know, we're not going to really use it because we don't need the power. We have so much power. So for the most part, I don't think we're going to be able to do too much with that. But yeah, man, I feel like if you want to get good at StarCraft, a lot of the what you would think is normal isn't normal. Which is kind of what I'm getting to. It's like, you would imagine, like, if you're playing basketball, you need to be able to dribble with both hands. You need to be able to do a layup with both hands. You got to be ambidextrous as possible. And then when you look at the actual athletes, it's like only half the players could actually use their offhand to score. And you're like, wait, but these guys are the best of the best, kind of a deal. Yeah, we got a hive. We have enough uranium for the next 1,000 cycles. We have 2 tons right there, 3.4 tons right here. We're actively grabbing from here if we need it. We have enough for 400 cycles up top by the reactor. We could get a couple more, like up to 1,000 with this. But yeah, we're pretty good with the uranium. There's also a lot of veins too. A lot of uranium there for these guys. I'm actually coming in and we're digging out certain spots so that they have more uranium in reach. It's kind of weird, but we dug out a lot of this so they could reach more uranium. Symbiotic relationship, man. Symbiotic relationship. But yeah, man, I feel like that's kind of something you could apply to a lot of different fields. You need to see what greatness looks like before you could actually become great. Because it's like, how often does someone reinvent the wheel? You could try to be better in your own way, but it's hard. It really is. To get to that same level. I guess a good way to describe it is making a build in Path of Exile 2 that you homebrew that isn't meta, but you get it to that point where it could be as strong. Not every build's going to be able to hit that benchmark. But if you can, it's a great feeling. It's just that it's tough. They don't think it be like it is, man, but it do. All the water is gone. It's so sad. All right, we actually have no water anymore, right? Hot water, 95C. Probably don't want to grab that, though. I'm thinking, yeah, the next playthrough we do for this might be Blasted Ceres, max difficulty, no infinite storage. And we're going to consider everything that gives you infinite storage to not be allowed. To a certain degree. Like if we do bottle emptiers, and these don't have a, you know, cap to it, like we will allow that, but like we won't be doing submerged spawn. We won't be doing, you know, infinite water storage like this. We won't be doing infinite gas storage like that. No submerged setup. We're just gonna have to build the reservoirs everywhere. Keep the water in on the floor. Do all the good stuff. Brisket. Sounds good. Right. Another thing is, after we do this playthrough, we're not going to immediately jump to the next Oni playthrough. We're going to be playing Satisfactory. I am going to be starting a new playthrough tomorrow. If you guys want to play with us, let me know. I think you guys have to be on my friends list to join the game, I believe. And for the most part, it's going to be a community playthrough 1.2 patch. We're probably going to change some of the settings for the global settings. I like the no fuel. That was really nice. The no fuel for the like trucks and stuff was really nice. And then once we got the drone, then they were able to just fly. That was really good stuff. So I think we're gonna have those settings on. And then yeah. Start a new community server tomorrow. And yes, we are gonna finish this today. Well, we will, but I don't think we're going to be able to do what we wanted to do. Because the problem is that this is going to take forever to grow. It's going to fill up, but then it's going to also take time for us to get the ore holes to be tame, for this to be growing nori. So we won't be able to actually, like, work this out. We just don't have much to do anymore. We're just going to put the headpiece on and call it a day soon. Yes, so I am going to be doing a hosted server. I'm not going to be doing a dedicated server. You can do a dedicated server, but we're not going to do that. I don't have the server hosting capabilities, you know? Basically, what happens is if I'm not online, no one else could join. But if I am, you guys could just hop in. And then there is a max limit. There were times too where we I was online on the server, but I was AFK. And I was like making dinner or something. And people were just playing. Time zones. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Unfortunately, though, yeah, we can't keep the server on all the time. Mamba, I hear you, baby. Yes. Feels bad, though, Akoto. Maybe one day we'll be on early enough or we'll be on late enough for you to join us. But yeah, the beginning kind of sucks because you're going to have no blade runners, no jetpacks. That's kind of tough. That's kind of tough, man. The beginning without the equipment stuff. Mamba, why are you being a baby? Wow. Alright, bomb attacks. We're gonna give him some head erupts. Let's go. Mom was in. One filter didn't work. What happened? Oh yeah, one was not running. I need to get a new pump. We're out of mud, so we're not able to spin mud anymore. But yeah, it's connected. There's just, yeah, we're at capacity right now. CO2 dump. Though I guess we could try to get some more water here. There's just no more pea water on the map. I guess we could do the polluted brine and get polluted water. This would be kind of hot though. 100 kgs. We're trying, man. We're crushing. We really are. Get a second suit crusher. I mean, rock crusher. Sand is so low, dude. Feels bad. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We could feed... Aqua tuner with nectar is 4 capable. What does that mean? 4 capable? So yeah, up to here. And then this spot. So the plants will be here. We only have this much space. Okay, so nectar. Yeah. Very easily. Nectar is really good. I believe you could go up at 200 degrees, not higher. I think you could do up to 8. I might be wrong. It might be closer to 6, but you could easily do 4. Now, of course, if you go above 200 Celsius with the steam that it's coming in, that's when it starts getting kind of sketchy. Because a lot of the times, whether or not the AQ's are able to keep up is if you're able to control the steam temp. Supercoolant is 5. I don't know where they're getting that from. I don't know where they're getting that number from. Supercoolant is 5. That can't be the case. It does. It does, Shrimp Scappy. That cannot be the case. Supercoolant is double water. I think supercoolant could do 10 to 20. It's literally double and more conductive. I think you could do at least 10, somewhere up to 20 potentially. I would say 10 is a good number for supercoolant to have that be the estimation. But yeah, supercoolant doing 5 is... they messed up their cooling loop somehow. I would imagine. They somehow messed that up. So 13 steam turbines, 2x with nectar, save math, I guess. Assuming vacuum, you're doing the soak tile at the bottom. Basically what I mean is you do the liquid layer like this. Do the vacuum inside as well. And then you do the radiant pipes on top. Should work out. Now the thing is you might want to have the aqua tuners in a different room. The heat pumps that you're using, the temperature of the steam varies on the temperature of the liquid you put inside. I just wouldn't chance it to have it not get overheat damage. There's a chance it does go above 325. That's the only thing. Yeah, assuming cooling steam turbines, but it's like If you're using the heat pumps, the problem is that it might go above 200. That's the thing about that. Yeah, even then, the spike in temperature might be a little scary. Put a picture. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's way more than enough. Time for bed. I'll check out the VOD tomorrow. Keep the good war. Have a good one, Okoto. Wrestle res easy. We'll see you next time. Dude, that's way more than enough. Are you assuming you're going to try to max temperature the heat pump? There are the videos of the people running a lot of steam turbines on top of that. But I will say, that's a lot, dude. You do not need that many. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10 turbines. You're going to do 12? Yeah, it's way too much. You'll be able to do it. But, yeah. It's kind of like doing... he posted on Discord. Y'all see that? I remember someone using 10. Yeah, that's probably because they did max temperature. And I think they also moved the geothermal vents. There's a mod to move those and line up all of them together. I think I know which video you're talking about, or the Reddit post. Someone did a modded thing where they moved all the heat pumps in the same row. And then did a 10 wide steam turbine for that. And they got it to full power. I was like, that's cool, but it's never gonna happen. Like, you're never gonna need that much, man. What's going on, Mordex? What's the oxygen plant you're using for the generation? We're using a combination of things. We have wild planted flue coral. We have properly grown flue coral. You got to pair that up with the beacon, which is the fish. We keep these wild so they could produce the light, because the corals need light in order to actually produce oxygen. Next thing we're using are the bloater fish. These guys eat the lettuce on the floor and exhale or fart oxygen. Outside of that, that's really it. We are using a rusty oxidizer, but the oxygen here is going into the suit. Nothing else. It's just atmo suits. I guess my rockets too come from that. But yeah, we're not really using a lot of this. This is mainly used for chlorine, because we need a lot of chlorine on the map. So I can make it with only the bottom layer. Could place 8, would have lower efficiency. It'd be fine. I think that'd be okay. Now, basically, if you click on the main building, where's a good spot to draw this out? The main building that you have the 3 pipelines going into, there is a little chart on the side of the building, and that looks like a thermometer, but a little bit larger. That is going to determine each tier. Tells you basically if you could make the steam hotter. So you could just run it on the lowest tier and not really be worried. 1 steam turbine, I believe, is okay with that. Super cool. It's been good. How are you? Like the new expansion? It's nice. Very pretty. Added a lot of stuff. Like the drywall is really cool. A lot of the, you know, new plants, new critters. This is a good time. A lot of the new trees too. The only thing about it is that it's mostly cosmetic. Now, it's not that they don't add anything to the game. They do. It's just there's not a lot to do still. I hate to say that. It just feels like we've kind of gone through this DLC pretty fast. No lab map. The printing pod objective was very lackluster, right? Go recruit Minnow. Okay. There lies Minnow. Feels bad. And for the most part, it feels like we've gone through this pretty fast. Though I do like the DLC. Poor Minnow. It was a sacrifice we had to make. Sacrifice we had to make, man. Relax, you're struggling over here. You're kind of good at this game. Yo, man. I thought that everyone knew that you had to do a mech switch if they go crazy Zerg. Bribed until join the colony and then killed all after. She came in with the trait flatulence. We have still traces of the fart gas floating around the base. And what she did was every day she went to eat, she would rip a fart in the food storage right here. So this is a vacuum. She would fart inside. She would break the liquid lock. It was bad, dude. It was bad. In the first hour of her joining the colony, she broke it twice. We fixed it twice. At that point, we were like, she has to go. Voted off the island, survivor style. Though we do remember her, we're gonna build a great monument in her name. We will, we will. And we buried her where we found her. In the water with the fishes and the aquatic creatures. Right? She was hanging out in the water when we found her. We just put her back. That's how I'm not a spooter though. I see you over there. Jake, welcome in. Flatulent, so bad it is. I think flatulent may be the only trait I would say hands down you can never get. I really do think that. Like, that is the only trait I feel like in this game that you cannot actually run. Narcolepsy, needing light to sleep, bottomless stomach, mouth breather, those are bad, but not as bad as flatulence. You could overcome those, right? The flatulent thing is just struggle, dude. The flatulence is just a struggle. Not only does it like mess around because we're not using as many suits, you get like weird blobs of gas because the natty gas, right, is just chilling everywhere. Anemic is also pretty bad, but still though, I would have to put flatulence in a category of its own. Next run, all flatulence. Oh, dude, flatulence blasted Sarah's. You know, maybe we could try to do that. I need to find a mod that gives me guaranteed flatulence rolls. Is there a mod that does that? That's not allow you to select your own dupes. Like, I know there's a mod to allow you to customize the dupes you're printing out. Is there a mod that just makes it so that every dupe has flatulence and you don't get the reroll? Yeah, if you build a colony around it, you can. It was just that when we recruited her, we were like, we just got the caviar up in the food. So it was like, oh yeah, caviar. Dude, we're eating good. And then it was like, nope, not today. We're gonna bob that. Probably commission one. They had a flatulence who gives themselves popped eardrums every time. That sounds horrible. They fart and that pushes the other gases together and then pop their eardrums. That's so troll, dude. Well, wait, so you use DSS. Does that do what I need it to do? Basically, you print a blueprint. DSS allows you to customize it, right? Can I just guarantee a trait? Would you consider a challenge to do Big Zoo? Have a ranch for every animal and variant? I think I've done that. No, I've done the all food run. Honestly, with this print scepter building, it's not bad. You could just print everything out. So it's like, you know what? Before this story trait, it's not that bad. You have to just add it. That sucks. Okay. Is there somewhere you make game saves and make them available? I would love to load this and look around what you have built. I cannot. There is... I don't have a file hosting service for me to upload my saves to. So unfortunately, Discord, the file size is too big for Discord, so I can't do it there. And then I don't know if I have like... I have nowhere to really up... Yeah. You are the second person to ask today. It's just that I don't have a way of uploading the save. I could check the settings, keep adding stuff to it. That'd be cool. If they do have that as an option. But yeah, our colony is super stable. A lot of oxygen. Everything is kind of just self-sustaining at this point. We don't need to do anything. The dupes are going to be alive. We could go AFK for 1,000 cycles and probably be okay. No, that's probably not true. I think I would run out of sand. I think I would run out of sand. Yeah, I would have to grow amber and try to do the mosquitoes. If I do that, though, we would solve the sand problem instead of doing the rock crushing. Good incentive. That's a thing, huh? I kind of just play the game. My favorite part of your colony is the big saltwater reserve, dude. I wanted to keep the ocean. And because of the amount of tidal springs in here, I was like, this kind of just makes sense. This is our wildlife reserve. We have like the natural ocean deep divers. And then we have the man-made park right here. And then we have the man-made aquarium. But we got the natural stuff down here still. The only thing that kind of sucks is that we dug up all the fluke coral so that we could relocate it. That's the only thing, man. There used to be more plants down here. We did a little bit of excavation. Feels bad, man. But it worked out. Yeah, we are doing pretty... Oh, we got nori. Alright, where's my turtles? We need them to start eating. How did you get inside? You can't fit through the one tile gap. What in the world, dude? Yeah, he's stuck. His father, no, his mother laid an egg right there perfectly. And then the dupe was able to bag him up and fit him through the same gap that he couldn't fit out himself. Eat, turtle, eat. Oh, look at that. He uses his hands. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a menace. Oh, he's killing them one at a time. There is this story trait that was added in right here, Mordax. I don't know if you remember this. We could print out every egg. So it wouldn't really be that much of a challenge. So we could still do it. Do you pick the animals in the water? So they spawn in a natural biome. I pick and choose what I want. On this one, well, we also have critter flux. So it's like, that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, we could do it though. It could be an idea. The every critter run. You know what we could try to do? Do the every critter run, blasted Ceres, no infinite storage. And then we try to sustain every critter's food as long as we can. So we would have to control a volcano to feed hatches? Well, no. Oh yeah, we could feed them sand, I guess. Crush the igneous into sand. That would kind of be the idea. Sage hatches could just eat food. Stone hatches could eat the igneous straight up. And then smooth babies with the metal. We would have to do ore holes in order to feed smooth hatch. These guys. Oh, they ate all the nori already. Goddamn. But yeah, that could be an idea. I see over there more decks. We could do a playthrough like that, potentially. Zoo playthrough, blasted Ceres, no infinite storage. You could feed smooth hatches Klei? No, right? Yeah, that's not a thing. What's going on, random? How's it going? We are wrapping up the run. We have done everything there is to do in the new DLC. We messed around with the new thermal fissure marine drill. This gives you natty gas and sulfur. Dude, 22 tons. Damn. Lot of sulfur. We got a squid ink farm. Oh, dude, this is not working. Oh, did we ever do this? We never did the automation here. All right, so this... That. There. Below... Don't count the eggs. This is now gonna be 2. But this is disabled. So it's 1, yeah, you see this? 1 out of 2. 1 out of 2. Yes. Yes, the automation works. Let's go. Separate the water tanks. This is such weird automation. We have to use a critter sensor on the fish release. That's so jank. I'm sure you've done something like that, but including all the new fish types too. I haven't done the new fish. I think from what I remember, the only collect them all achievement I've done was for food. I did a challenge run where we try to do every food type in the game. And then the last thing we did was delectables for the curry. That was fun times, air quotes. All the regular hatches I see. Sulfur comes out hot. It comes out at 90 degrees. Feels like that's just it should tell us though, right? Oh, it doesn't have a temperature tied to this. Oh, it emits natty gas at 100. So I imagine this, yeah, the fissure itself is at 90. And it looks like because the fissure is at 90, the sulfur comes out at the same temperature. This is at 91. That's kind of hot. Yeah, not bad. Sulfur does indeed come out hot. Now the thing is, we are feeding this diamond. That's the thing that kind of sucks. No, it's a... This is not digging. The marine drill just works. So the only thing my dupes do here is deliver the diamond. Everything else is automated by... I mean, there's no automation. It just works. It's like delivering oil to the oil refinery and you get petroleum and natty gas. It's very similar to that. You deliver diamonds and then it just does its thing. Todd Howard, it just works. I don't know how to really describe this. I wonder if the new fish can live symbiotically with the other animals. Like you have the... No, you can't. These guys are underwater pokies. If there is an egg nearby, they will put their hands up and punch you. So what happens is that since they're able to just swim, they're gonna fight everyone in the pool. So it's not really gonna work. They're gonna be like, yo, you over here? That's my child. I'm gonna put my hands on you. You better step away. Back up. But yeah, that's glow squid, man. They be you know, they be fighting. Oh, you don't have to empty. No, it's automatic. So what it is that it takes time for it to build up sulfur. We did a rough calculation, 2 cycles. And then every time 2 cycles passes, the sulfur buildup goes up to 100%, and then we drill it. Every time we drill it, we get 1,000 kilograms of sulfur. So every 2 cycles, you get 1,000. Turns out to be about 500 kgs per cycle, but you harvest every 2 cycles and it's automated. Because of that, we have a lot of sulfur. We have 109 tons for no reason. We did move some sulfur out. Did we get sulfur? Yeah, these biomes have sulfur in it. So we do have a little bit down here. I don't think this counts in the calculation though, because the doors are locked. This is rust. No sulfur there. And yeah, outside of the bee biome, I don't think we got sulfur on the map. So a lot of the 100 tons that we have comes from this. Pretty legit. Boys, we're gonna cycle 1,000. Let's go. Bring out the kazoos. Let's go, boys. Do do do. Yeah, no game crash. No, the game. Good time to check out the presents. 12 blueprints. Give me something splendid. Ah, we have that. I think we have that as well. Oh, common shoes? Common gloves. No, these are the Womp gloves. I have these though. I have this. Digital Satsumas. Ooh, I don't have this. Tic-tac-toes. Let's go. I have the flower pot. Feels bad. 1 new drywall so far. Ooh! Oh, jet suit. I'm never gonna wear this. We have the glovelets. Oh, damn. Cafe print. That's nice. I don't know if I have those. So sad. Let's get the brine. No, we don't need it. No, I can't replace the drywall. So sad. The airflow will be walls for vent to block the spills. Oh, I see you. Just realized I have a lot of fridge skins. So the one thing, I don't know if I should tell you, because I'm not really familiar with the mechanic. Doesn't the thing shoot out solid meteors, or is that only the first time you open it? I don't actually remember. You guys know what I'm talking about? Blasted Ceres. You get the heat pump, and then the first time you clear the clog, it's going to release. Yeah, it spits out stuff, but don't those objects, I guess you has to be high enough, do damage if it's made out of, like, you know, metal? I remember needing bunker tiles for some reason. I don't know why. Bunker tiles. Yeah, I don't really remember it, though. Yeah, I just don't remember, don't know. I might be just overthinking it. I remember seeing the vid and it was pretty similar. That's fair. Batteries inside? Probably not. Why would you need batteries inside? So a lot of people have this weird thing where they think about the end game result and not the process to there, which is one of the things I have against industrial bricks. Until you heat up all the batteries to above 125, they are taking away heat that would otherwise be steam energy. And then each battery is going to have mass, right? So it's going to be harder to heat up. So it's like when you do, you know, battery inside a steam room, they are absorbing a lot of the heat until they get hot enough to just convert all the water into steam. Which is one of the reasons why something like a dirty brick just takes a while to set up. It's very much just... I hate to say this, it's bad. It's bad. It'd be like that sometimes. Home sweet home done, congrats. Good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, I don't like the idea of putting batteries in a steam room. And then there's like, oh, the logic is that it's going to be generating heat. It's not that it's unoptimal, it's very much a snapshot of a situation. What are these bubbles? Who farted? I see you over there. It's a snapshot of something of like tedious work. It's like, have you ever seen the people with the glass bottle? You know what I'm talking about? And it's like, it's very small opening, but then they put in like a giant boat inside. And it's like the entire process is they're taking tweezers, glue sticks, and they're like building it from the outside in. You know what I'm talking about? And then it's like they show you a picture of how it looks like when it's done. And you're like, oh, how did you put that inside? You know? And it's like, oh, it looks really cool. And then the problem is that you're seeing the finished product after they do all the trials and tribulations. And doing one yourself is actually bad. I agree with CJ. Not gonna lie. Yeah, sushi is our main food. We have pemmican, but that's reserved for rocket missions. Everything else is kind of just, you know, cooked seafood, uni, sushi rolls, nigiri. Oh yeah, we have no nigiri because food is prioritized by the dupes based off of quality. So if you actually go to, you see this? Quality superb. Dupes prioritize highest quality and then afterwards freshest food. So they will eat top down, which means all the bad food's gonna be there. But yeah, we have a lot of sushi still. Pemmican is just in case. Uncooked beef, that's fine. If you have outputs from your industrial brick sucking up heat, then it's definitely unoptimal. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. I honestly think people that want to build it can. I just don't think it's something that you should ever need to do. Industrial bricks in and of itself are a meme. Is the best way to describe it. It's a meme. No, my squids are in water. You know what's really stupid though? Do you know what's really stupid though? Oh yeah, I gotta copy this. There we go. I was so mad about this. The pin pokies need to be in a liquid source, but you know what's the stupidest thing? It's able to grow in any form of water except water. Oh my god, you see this? Polluted brine, brine, saltwater, polluted water. Squid ink does not grow in water. I was so mad. I filled up the bottom half of the pool already with water. And the squids are chilling. They could be in any liquid. The plants they eat, guess what? Chill in water. But for whatever reason, the pin pockets are like, nah, fam. No water today. We want that dirty stuff. I got baited so bad by that. Don't they just fold down the sails and slide it in? Well, the thing is like, usually how it works with that Mugenzo is like, it's like something like this. Usually it's like the scale of the size. And it's like, yeah, no, you can't do it. Even if you fold it in, it doesn't really work out. There are YouTube videos of people who do it. And they have tweezers and like little popsicle sticks. They put glue on it, move it in. And it becomes like surgery. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure everything's at a certain angle. Be able to put pressure without breaking it. Wish it was that easy though. There's some people that cheat. They build both and they cut the bottom of the glass. Right here. And then it's like, then they add it in. So they cut off the bottom, put it inside, and then they seal it afterwards with a little bit of heat. I've seen that before. I'd rather centralize heat bleed. Yep, I'll do the same thing. I'm bleeding out heat from my transformers. I'm just gonna run an AQ on it. Keep it easy. What do they give? I'm a bit confused by it. They give squid ink, and we're chugging this. So squid ink is basically Brackine. Look at D-Mayor having some squid ink during his break. And what you could use it at is on the critter fountain. This will give the critters happiness. And you can make it so that at some point, you don't have to groom them anymore. They basically, you know how you have a pet hamster? And you don't really play with the pet hamster or anything like that. You kind of just feed it. It's kind of like relegating the critters to that. I hate to say that, but it's kind of like that, right? You put a little bit of water for the drip feed, give them a little bit of the kibble that they need, right? And then, you know, you do the same with the critters. You don't have to brush them or anything anymore. They're just kind of there. The sweepers pick everything up. You know what I'm saying? Like, the sad life, but you know what? They don't think be like it is, but it do. Making pasta for dinner. You making some shrimp scampi, Admiral? That's awful. Hey man, dude. The problem with little hamsters is that they're so small, and when you bring them out, they get into like the crevices behind the couch, behind the cabinet, and then you can never get them out. That's like the horrible thing about hamsters. That's why it's like you bring them out, you gotta put them in the ball. So like if they try to run under the like sofa, they just get stopped, right? But like they could just squeeze into some weird spots, and the next thing you know, you're like moving all the furniture, and then you move them out, and then boom, they're under the other sofa, and you're like, ah, shit. And it's like getting them back in the cage sucks. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I used to love playing with hamsters when I was little, but yeah, it was always in the ball. I kept remembering though that they're like, no, you can't play with a hamster, they're gonna get stressed out and then they're gonna die. And I was like, is that real, or is it just, you know, you're making something up? It's one of those things, man. That does sound good. Not gonna lie, I'm excited to watch a day in 100 before I go to bed tonight. I see shrimp scampi. I might do that too. I got some leftover gumbo and I'm mixing in noodles. Oh, that's so good. Oh, dude, that's so good. Have you ever had Don Don noodles, Admiral? That's what that sounds like. Dude, you do a thick gumbo sauce on top of like ground meat and onions. That's basically like Cajun Dan Dan noodles. Some people train their hamster, that's fair. Dude, look it up. It is basically a cold noodle dish. You cook the noodles and then you let it cool down. You put it in the bowl, and then on top of it, you pour over like a beef pork mixture ground, and it's like drenched in a sauce. And then when you get it, you mix it yourself, and you can't eat it like that. Dan Dan noodles. It is typically made with bean paste and black beans, I think, but there's a lot of variants. You could, instead of using the bean paste, you could just use the gumbo and then add a little bit of meat to it. Do it in a similar style. Dude, Dan Dan noodles are really good. Dan Dan noodles are very good. But yeah, a lot of the goodness comes from the handmade fresh noodles. Keep on wheeling. Upload the save to Dropbox. That's an idea. Do they have a file size limit? That's kind of the only thing I'm worried about. For whatever reason, the longer the cycle count, the bigger the save file. So I could upload... Oh, dude. I just built a tile there. What do you mean? Alright, man. Don't bait me. How big's the file? I'm not actually sure. So Discord has a 5 megabyte limit. If I go past 50 cycles, it's bigger than 5 megabytes. Oh, am I on cloud? Give me 1 sec, y'all. Let me go through my documents. Everything's on cloud. Oh, shit. I guess you don't need the PNG file. It's actually not that big. It's only a few megabytes. Let me see the most recent one. Yeah, it's not that big. My save right now is about 12 megabytes. You should do it. Worth posting on the subreddit. What subreddit? Post my save files. Hey guys, this is your boy me too legit. I'm posting my save files if you guys want to play. Note to self, there is a lot of issues with sand. You need to be able to make sand. I did not want to solve that problem. That would be like the only thing to really put there. Free trial. Wait. Is it free trial forever? Is that how do I say this? Is that perpetual? But yeah, if you don't include the PNG, like there's a picture on the save file that's like a couple megs. The save by itself is like right now it's like 12. Free accounts forever. Oh, okay. That's a thing, huh? Free account is forever. Dropbox. I'll have to check that out. I might be able to put some of the saves. Howdy, what's going on, Frankie? Welcome in. Work the same as Google Drive. Wait, can I just do Google Drive? I'm actually not sure. Oh, you're gonna get doxxed. That's fair. Then make a separate account. Okay. Yeah, I might just do Dropbox. Makes a lot more sense. That's fair, that's fair. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I kind of don't want to try to ranch these guys. I've heard so many stories of how these guys suck. They don't eat. All that bad stuff. I think there is a way to do this, though. We just gotta, you know, don't allow the nori to get swept out. Let him just eat that. And it might be time, boys, to cap the run. It might be time to cap the run, boys. To get stuck in any form of manual transit. Yeah, that's another thing, right? I don't know why the turtles don't like moving if you're looking at them sometimes. The baby turtles. Baby turtles. All right, this is our ode to Minnow, who died of natural causes. Totally not my fault. Maybe. We hit cycle 1,000. Can't really be mad about that. Getting our monument deliveries. Dude, I should have waited to bury the body so that everyone would have cried and stopped by right when we built the monument. You Rimworld Minnow? No. I don't know. You ever use transit tubes? I do. I could have probably used it in this playthrough with the excess amount of power that we have, to be honest. But I feel like I almost never do it. Transit tubes do have their use, and they're pretty good. They cut the, you know, travel by a lot. Let's go. Oh, that's the wrong headpiece. I wish they'd let us choose that. Dude, that's the wrong... That's not Minnow, dude. They don't remember Minnow, dude. Feels bad. Either way, though, we did it. Few civilizations throughout time have had the privilege of understanding their origins. One thing that matters is that we are here now and we make the best of the world we've been given. I am proud to say that this asteroid is our home. Let's go. Frankie eating the meal lice. Let's go. We got Minnow. Oh my god, the smiley face. Feels so bad. She did not deserve the downsides. Alright, there was something I was looking at just right now and I completely lost track of what it was I was looking at. Oh, it was. Commute time. 55%. I guess we're traveling down here. We're trying to drown Minnow for the second time. Hey, man. Hey, man. That's not actually what we're doing. This is a monument. Have you guys seen that? There's a video game company that took every player that killed a certain boss in the video game over the course of like when the game launched and then up to like a handful of years afterwards. Put the names on a statue tablet that is being held by the statue, and then they put the statue underwater. Have you guys ever seen the thing where it's like, oh man, they're gonna be baiting out archaeologists? They made a statue, put it underwater, and now people are gonna think that it's from like some crazy advanced civilization. You know what I'm saying? Nice, good stuff, Sudak. But yeah, man, I took inspiration from that. So we built a statue underwater in the same way. No names, just Minnow. Because she's the only one that died. Rip Cthulhu. Cthulhu, if you're out there, man, I know you're doing the Mako levels on Mass Effect 1 and having fun with it. Mako levels suck. Feels bad, man. And with that, people of chat, we are done. We are done, boys. This run is complete. Maybe we will upload this onto Dropbox once I get that set up. But yeah, for now, the colony is pretty much done. We're a little bit behind on the sand. Probably want to cut the water line here. We're not ranching the ore holes because they low-key kind of suck. No dupes were killed. Does not count this guy, though. No printed dupes were killed. There we go. No printed dupes were killed. George is still chilling. Haven't knocked yet. But with that, people of chat, this is gonna be where we wrap things up for the night. We're wrapping up a little bit early. But we will be back tomorrow with Satisfactory. If you guys want to play some Satisfactory with us, we're going to be starting the new community server. It will only be online when I'm online on it. Abductor, here at the end of stream. Usually Abductor is only here at the end of stream if I stream till like midnight and he wakes up. Because time zones. Shout out to Abductor. Staying up late to watch the stream. But guys, I don't know how many of you guys would want this save file. It would be something we may upload though. But it's going great. Oh, we're getting popped eardrums, man. We're hitting 3 kgs per tile. That's funny. Having this drain some oxygen might have been helping us. That's so funny. Let's get that saving.